and seized his power for himself starting from 1985. What is interesting in this last part of Second Republic is General Ibrahim Babangida was actually a man who helped General Muhammad Buhari to overthrow Al-Magisha Ushagari. But in the later development, he also turned down General Muhammad Buhari to gain power for himself. And this marks the end of the Second Republic. We're entering the Third Republic after 8 years under military rule, and General Ibrahim Babangida decided to retire from the military. He transferred the power to interim national government. So interim national government was created and headed by Amir Shonekan in 1993, which was its main objective was to return the power to the civilian rule, just like in 1979. But unfortunately, this plan to create a new republic and bringing back or restoring democracy was dismantled by General Sani Abacha in the same year, because General Sani Abacha, instead of promoting or supporting the democratic process of preparing to return to the democratic process, he decided to seize the power for himself. And later, he took the power, and Nigeria is still under military rule. Next, Wari crisis in Wari, happening in 1997, between the Itsekiris versus the Ijaws. Though at the first or the start of the presentation, I have explained that Nigeria was mainly dominated by 3 ethnic groups, but there are also other ethnic groups, including the Itsekiri and Ijao, which were located in Wari, which were based in Wari. Wari is in the southeast region of Nigeria, if I'm not mistaken. What is causing conflict between these 2 ethnic groups or these 2 tribes? Well, in 1997, General Sani Abacha, the leader of Nigeria at that time, decided to create a local government council. And the conflict between these 2 ethnic groups was actually as simple as about where the headquarters of the local government of Wari should be located. At first, the headquarters of the local government was located in the area, the Ijao area of Wari. But because the Itsekiris were lauded as the more educated and the more active in politics, and also the Itsekiris, many people from the Itsekiri tribes are in the federal government, they replaced the headquarters of the local government to the Itsekiri area of Wari. This leads to conflict because the Ijao prison, this move was actually another effort, another way to further marginalize the presence in Wari. And the next, in 1999, restoring democracy, because finally, General Sani Abacha sadly passed away, and his successor tried to restore democracy back to Nigeria. And exactly in the same year, there was an election, and we're going to the Fourth Republic, probably like Jakarta in Indonesia. So many people from every part of Nigeria wanted to come to Jos, to Plateau State, to gain job opportunities. And of course, the influx of people coming from every part of Nigeria to Jos, Plateau State, makes the indigene or the local people, they are feeling crowded out by the newcomers, by the settlers or non-indigene, and this leads to conflict, and especially because indigene, who are mostly Christians, don't feel like it's acceptable for them to have a local government headed by Muslim, Hausa Fulani Muslim, and this is what happens in Jos, and it's created this conflict. clashes between Hausa and Yoruba. I think this one is very clear. Clash between ethnic groups, Hausa group and Yoruba group in 2002. The causes of conflict is as simple as the Yoruba group of people did not accept that a leader in the local government who was elected came from the Hausa group of people. So all of a sudden, Yoruba group of people just did an attack to the settlement of the mostly inhabited Muslim Hausa Fulani group. And the next conflict in Niger Delta, actually there are quite many conflicts taking place in Niger Delta, but this one in 2004 is related to the oil crisis. Niger Delta is located in the eastern part of Nigeria and commonly known as the region which produces oil, and oil is a very important commodity in Nigeria. The crisis happened because the ethnic groups or the local ethnic groups in Niger Delta did not accept the exploitation conducted by the multinational foreign company. They felt like they were being exploited. They felt like the revenues of the oil production should be returned to their own development, the development of Niger Delta instead of the MNCs, the multinational companies. So this led to massive or growing protests from the local ethnic groups, and they even did violent activities, destructing infrastructures, creating chaotic situation on streets. Even the government had to put military groups there to make sure the conflict was not prolonged. But fortunately, this conflict causes Nigeria having to experience oil crisis because their supply of oil must have be distracted due to the conflict. And the next, and I think you guys have know it very well, Boko Haram insurgency. Actually, Boko Haram was created in 2002, but starting its operation in 2009. And this Boko Haram group was created by Muhammad Yusuf. And mainly they came from the north because Boko Haram is they forbid or they think everything about Western is haram. And we know that in the north region of Nigeria, there is quite a resistance towards West influence. Thus, the majority of North people did not want to enter or attend the secular education which was provided by the government, by the national government. And this was an opportunity for Boko Haram. Boko Haram was created and it built a religious complex. There was a school and mosque there, and many poor families from all over Nigeria, many poor Muslim families from all over Nigeria and also from the neighboring countries came to this school provided by Boko Haram. But unfortunately, and as we know it, the objective of Boko Haram was not to educate the kids, the people, but the school, it became the grounded place for the jihadists. And what Boko Haram wanted to do was to create an Islamic state. They were very opposed to the Nigerian government because they felt like anything associated with West cultures, even elections, voting, they presumed it as Western influence things, so they didn't want it. And either Muslim or non-Muslim leaders who take charge of power in Nigeria, they're still opposed. So this movement grew, and their insurgency not only affecting Nigeria but also neighboring countries, because and it became very big attention to the neighboring countries as well, because they're affected, such as Chad, Cameroon, and Niger. And the next conflict, which I think is still related to our lecture, still relevant, is Niger Delta conflict in 2016 in relation to successionism issue, because of dissatisfaction from the people of Niger Delta. They wanted to separate from Nigeria. I presume one of the leading factors, the driving factors why they wanted to secede from Nigeria was because of oil resources, because they felt like the distribution of revenues were unfair, because mostly the revenues from the oil production going to north to the federal government, and what they get in return is probably a little percentage of it. And through the Niger Delta Avengers, they wanted to create a new country separating from Nigeria. So what I have explained from the first to the fourth republic is actually an overview and an evidence to all of you that indeed Nigeria, even since it became independent state until now, is still haunted by many conflicts, all kind of conflicts. So it is without a reason. It's not without a reason that Nigeria is called the laboratory of conflict. Now, to the next session, I'm trying to explore conflicts in Nigeria. We have learned in our previous lecture about these 5 concepts: patrimonialism, sovereignty, resources, ethnicity, and religion, which are mainly the driving factors why conflict happens in Africa. And this also happens in Nigeria. Let's first we talk about neo-patrimonialism. What is neo-patrimonialism? It's actually when you go to many countries in Africa, you find this neo-patrimonialism, and it's actually a political regime which is benefiting only a man or a group or a party through the use of resources available. And what happens later is the preferential appointment of certain people in the government. So actually neo-patrimonialism is very undemocratic, because what will happen if a country preserves this neo-patrimonialism, decentralized leadership, is 2 things. First, only those who are affiliated with the elites or leaders will get close to the circle of power. And second, there will be the elites or leaders will maximize the resources available for their own benefits, thus exacerbating poverty. And what happens in Nigeria, we can see that Nigeria is experiencing many military coups. If I'm not mistaken, at least 6 military coups are taking place in Nigeria since they get independence until now. And why it can happen so easily? Why military coup can happen so easily? I think it's because in Nigeria there is a very weak, as I've said earlier, a very weak political institution, as well as weak leadership capabilities. Let's compare to other countries which institutions are perfectly built. You cannot just throw or turn down the leader, the president, the prime minister just like that. You can't do that as simple as that. But what happened in Nigeria is simple to take down the governing leader. That's because they're a weak political institution, and what they wanted to do, what happened in Nigeria, one person wanted to seize the power for their own benefit, and this is is what happened in Nigeria. So decentralized power is actually contains a lot of negativity, like corrupt practices and illegitimate behavior. But I don't know, ironically in Africa, there are many countries which seem to embrace this concept, this neo-patrimonialism thing. Though it's negative, but they don't seem like they can get out of this paradigm. And the second is about sovereignty. When we talk about sovereignty, we talk about the ownership of legitimate territory. And unfortunately, in Africa, in most African countries, including Nigeria, what happened is they used to be colonies of Western colonialization, and they did not determine the borders. So the borders were determined by the rulers of the colony. And in the case of Nigeria, it was Britain. And the problem happened or arose after decolonization, because some of the countries who are now independent probably feel like they don't accept the border, or some people don't feel like they belong in certain countries for certain reasons, either because of the repression, either because of the striking differences with the majority of the people in their country. And finally, this kind of factors lead to this growing secessionist movement. And what we have seen in Nigeria, at least there are two secessionist movements that leads to the outbreak of conflict. First is Biafran War, and then the Niger Delta secessionist movement.
Okay, please make it shorter, but we need to continue our discussion since your topic is very important as part of material of examination. I think you should consider to continue your presentations next week. Okay. Maybe you will have only 10 or 15 minutes to finish. What about the next? Okay.
Only a couple of slides more. Can I finish now?
Okay. But you need to consider that the next class, and I think the next lecture will be very soon.
Okay. Fast forward about resources. I think conflict based on resources. We know that happened in herders farmers conflict, Niger Delta crisis, and about ethnicity. Ethnicity is, let's say, the major factor why conflict happens, because ethnicity is a part of one's identity and it is embedded on individual, and it becomes their pride. So a lot of ethnic-based conflict happen in Nigeria, including this Igbo massacre, White crisis, also Yoruba conflict. And the last dimension of conflict, what happened conflicts in Nigeria, religion. At least there are several conflicts which were based on religion, because although religion is not a major factor like ethnicity, but religion plays an important role in escalating conflict. It's not a major force why conflict happens, but its presence could escalate conflict and could become worse, make conflict becomes worse. Corresponding conflicts in Nigeria. I hope I can give you another insight, another variation of the approaches to conflicts in Nigeria. But sadly, since the military presence is very powerful in Nigeria, what we have known earlier that since the first conflict until the last, military presence is very powerful, and a lot of conflicts that had happened in Nigeria was stopped or was ended by the military existence, military deterrence, because this group of people from military is very dominating the whole Nigerian politics. Thus, it's no wonder that a lot of approaches that have been taken to end or to resolve the conflict in Nigeria is through the military, debtors. Actually, I'm just gonna explain this briefly. The role of African Union.
Okay, Reka, I think it would be better for you to continue your presentations next week. Okay, we will stop here because the time is very limited.
One slide left.
Right.
Okay. So I'm not going to talk much about the African Union because actually to connect or to correlate Nigeria with the African Union, you will not see African Union playing a huge part in resolving conflicts in Nigeria because most of the time and most of the conflicts that happen in Nigeria, the local government or the national government had it handled. Just like I said earlier, through the military approach. But probably one case that is growing and caught the attention of African Union is regarding the Boko Haram insurgency, because it's not only affecting Nigeria but other neighboring countries as well. And as far as I know, the African Union has promoted the multinational joint task force to combat the growing existence, the militancy of Boko Haram, because what they did was very a destruction in the African region. And probably that would be all from me. Of course, I realize that this is just a piece of many things that you can know better about Nigeria because due time constraints. I absolutely cannot cover all the conflicts, resolutions, and whatever that I think that is going on in Nigeria. But I hope what I have explained to you will give you a brief overview to what is actually Nigeria all about. And thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.